Have you ever had that feeling of just like an itch that just needed to be scratched? Or a piece of media that just tickles your brain in the right way? You know, it's a really hard feeling to explain, but it's basically like an urge to play a game that you just absolutely love. And there's only one game that you come back to all the time that scratches that itch. Well, for me, that's Red Dead Redemption 2. I play through Red Dead Redemption 2 at least once a year. And it came out in 2018, which is nearly a whole 10 years that I've been doing it. I've been playing the game for 8 years now. And it's like an itch in my brain that just needs to be scratched every now and then. I really can't explain it, but it just scratches that part of my brain that just needs a bit of Red Dead 2. And I think it can boil down to pretty much one word, and that's immersion. And recently I played through the game on my OLED Ultrawide monitor for the first time ever, and I got that full immersion, and it got me thinking, why do I keep on coming back to Red Dead Redemption 2? I started out my journey with Red Dead 2 on my Xbox One X, I think it was called, back when the game first came out, and I was on a 4K 60Hz, I think it was like a 28-inch monitor, something like that. And now I've gone all the way up to an OLED ultra-wide monitor. And I think the reason I keep on coming back every year is just because I have that emotional attachment to it. You know, the game is absolutely incredible. It's got a massive open world. The game looks stunning. And I don't think I could believe at that point that a game could come out that looked that great and still looks that great to this day. But it's not all about the graphics for me. I feel like for me, it is all about that immersion. And that's why I've played it on pretty much every single platform. Just to put it into context, I obviously got the game first on Xbox, and then I sold my Xbox One X and got a PS5. So then I decided to buy Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS5, even though it's a PlayStation 4 version, but whatever. And then I got it on PC when I upgraded my PC and when it came out on the PC version. And I've played it through on there. I've got over 80 hours on the game before playing it through on my OLED Ultrawide. And then I got an Xbox again. So now I've been able to play it on every single platform. And I've gone from playing it on an Xbox One X on a 4K monitor all the way up to playing it on PC. And I think that just shows the attachment that I have to this game. And it's a fantastic story. I obviously don't come back and play for the story though. I come back and play for the actual world itself and return into a world that is different every single time. I don't think any two of my playthroughs, apart from the story obviously, have been exactly the same. And I'm talking about the different random world events that can happen or that you can make happen. For example, you can randomly have your horse stolen at one point trying to help someone out, or come across someone that's got their leg stuck in a trap. You can get ambushed at any different point, and you can find different homesteads that you can rob. And I find something different every single time that I play it. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not one of those people that plays a game to 100% complete it. And that might be why I found something different every single time. You know, you could have somebody that could have done the 100% completion on their first playthrough and would have found absolutely everything. And, you know, that's fine. But that's just not the way that I play games. And I feel like that's why I've had a different experience playing it every single year. Because I don't try and complete the game at 100% and find absolutely everything. And that's kind of worked in my advantage, I feel, because it means that I can come back to the game and find something new, find something different, and build upon the world that I already know exists. And I think that's a credit to the slower pace of Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, you can kind of speed through the story and get through it as fast as you can, but you don't really want to with the game. And especially in my experience, I want to do a load of exploring. I mean, every single time I've played it, I've gone into the snowy mountain part of the map and done some survival stuff, set up camp, gone hunting, been gone from the gang for a few days, and just gone and done my own thing. And that's why I feel like Red Dead Redemption 2, I just come back to it all the time because I can just go off and do whatever I want and have a load of fun. And I get sent down these little rabbit holes of doing these different random activities. So on one of my playthroughs, had high honor and I wouldn't rob anyone or anything other than the story missions, and just kind of got on with the story first of all. And I think that's because I didn't want it spoiled, you know, back in the day. But also, even on my second playthrough, I still had high honor and I didn't do any of the different side quests where you can go and rob things and rob shops and things like that. But then on another playthrough, I did just that, and I was actually an outlaw and I robbed everything and robbed all the different shops, found all the secret like side hustles that some of these places had, and robbed those as well. So I think the slower pacing actually kind of helps you to appreciate the game as well as having a look at the wonderful world around you and just kind of taking it all in. And that's one of the biggest things that draws me back every single year, is the immersion of the world. It actually feels alive. And this time I got to play it on an OLED ultrawide monitor, which I have the full field of view, but the OLED colors really make it pop. And I'm actually so glad that I experienced it in ultrawide on an OLED monitor, because it actually reminded me why I bought this monitor in the first place. And that's to have these amazing immersive experiences. And that ultrawide resolution and that field of view with Red Dead Redemption 2 is the perfect match, because you've got this real wide immersive world. It looks incredible, obviously. I mean, you know, we've all seen Red Dead Redemption 2, but it just gives it that little bit extra that just made it have just a completely new outlook on the game for me, especially at night time where you can see all these different stars, you can see the clouds in the sky, and you know, when it starts raining and it's lightning, it looks absolutely incredible and you feel like you're actually in a storm, which is crazy to say, but you don't really get that with many games at the moment. Is kind of, you know, being immersed in that open world and actually wanting to explore. But it's not even just the visuals that make me immersed in the world, it's the sound design. And I've never played Red Dead without a controller, because I like the vibration of using the guns and the fact that you can feel pretty much every single bullet when you shoot it, and the different mechanics that you've got as well. I love the ragdoll physics that just makes me laugh sometimes, but also you can get some really great cinematic moments out of it. And the story has these amazing set pieces where you really show off what the game can do. And if you've ever seen a fire when it's nighttime on an OLED, you will completely understand what I mean when it comes to Red Dead 2, and the fact that the OLED experience is 100% better. And the ultra-wide aspect ratio works so well with this game because it is a massive, expansive open world. And it's made me want to go and try like a game like GTA 5 on ultra-wide, which I haven't done yet, and see how immersive that world is. But for me personally, I have a bit more of an attachment to Red Dead 2 than I do GTA 5, because I just like the world and the world that was built around it a bit better. And I know that GTA 5 is an older game, I completely get that, and Red Dead 2 came out later, if you don't include all of the new releases of GTA 5. But just going around all the different places in Red Dead 2 and having a look at all the details and that sort of thing, and that ultra-wide aspect ratio really impressed me and brought me back into the game, and it's just proved why I love coming back to it. But I think to conclude why I come back to Red Dead every year is just because of the emotional attachment I have to the game. I remember that first time that I played it on Xbox One X and just how amazed I was at the game that had come out. And I've always been a massive Rockstar fan. I think pretty much anybody who plays a video game loves at least one of the Rockstar games. You know, I've been playing them back since like Bully, GTA 3, even though obviously I shouldn't have because I wasn't 18. But anyway, I've been playing Rockstar games for a long time and they always seem to impress me. But Red Dead 2 is the only one that I actually come back to every year because I have that emotional attachment to it. It makes me remember how I felt when I first loaded up that game and how impressed I was with the different details, with the physics, with the open world, and with the world that they'd built around, you know, the outlaws and the gang. And even though the story is obviously linear, you only have one path and you can choose one way to go, and the story has its conclusion, I still end up playing it every single time because I absolutely love the story. And I remember how the ending made me feel the first time. And I'm not going to spoil it for those that haven't played Red Dead 2. If you haven't played Red Dead 2, though, you need to go play it. But I remember how that made me feel and how just emotional I felt at the ending of this game. And even still on my latest playthrough with the random world events, I still saw some things that I don't remember seeing previously or that I just haven't seen before. And I think that's why I keep on coming back as well, is that it feels new every single time. And quite honestly, Red Dead 2 just scratches that itch that I sometimes need. And I can't even explain what that itch is, but Red Dead 2 scratches it. So I'll be honest, I'll probably continue to play it going forwards. And the OLED Ultrawide experience was 100% the most cinematic experience I've had with it. And I would absolutely recommend it to anybody if you have the opportunity. But if not, all of this footage has been in an ultra-wide aspect ratio, so you can probably see how cinematic it is and how much you can see in the field of view. And that, for me, just brought that whole immersion of Red Dead 2 to life for me. If you've made it this far in the video, comment the video game that actually scratches that itch for you. You'll know exactly what I mean. It's the gamer itch. And subscribe for more video game essays and just kind of talking about the way that games feel. And I'll see you in the next video.